it stops your body from feeling hot or cold, so it doesn't know what it is, so it just shakes as its natural reaction to shake to keep you warm. So yeah, during the C-section that was an odd experience. You don't feel any pain. What the epidural doesn't, like, you're not completely numb. It's not like you can't feel anything. All it does is block like the pain, so you can't feel pain, but you can still feel stuff going down there. Like, I could feel them tugging on me, and you can definitely feel something is going on down there, but it's not pain. You can't feel any pain. And then they're just like, oh, we need to compress your stomach to get him to like pop out. I'm just like, okay. And they pushed on me with so much force. Like, I literally thought that they had got me and just like pushed me flat. I lost, like, I couldn't breathe. They just knocked the wind straight out of me. And the next thing, he was out, and they got him and they popped him up over the screen for like literally a split second, and then they took him off. It was like over just behind me, like along the wall, to clean him up and stuff. And I just remember thinking, like, wow, he is really small. I mean, I expected him to be little because he was prem, but I didn't expect him to be that small. I was shocked. I didn't get a chance to really get a good look at him, so, I mean, Chris didn't get to cut the cord. I didn't get to, you know, see him and see what a baby looks like, you know, at birth, like all the muck they have on him. I didn't get, you know, get to see any of that. I didn't get to hold him. He was just rushed straight to the side where they cleaned him up, and yeah, then they took him to the NICU. Chris went over and had a look at him, and then he came back to me and asked me if I wanted him to go with Kaiden or stay with me, and I asked him to stay with me because, I mean, I didn't realise how sick Kaiden was, and Chris was crying. Oh, it was so beautiful. He couldn't stop crying. Like, I'm getting all teary just thinking about it, but I was like numb. Like, I was just sort of laying there, like, just dumbfounded, like, that all this had happened. Like, that morning I'd woken up pregnant, and then by bloody 4 o'clock I'd had a goddamn baby. Like 6 weeks early. Like, who wakes up thinking that's going to happen? I mean, I was in shock, and I didn't know what to think, and I don't know, I didn't know what was going on, so I had no way of knowing how bad the situation was, how sick he was. But yeah, so he was taken off to NICU. While I was getting stitched up, one of the doctors said, oh, they've done a really good job with the incision, and it's really low, so it won't be seen above, you know, underwear. And she also said that when I have another baby, like, assuming I'm going to have another one after that, she's like, if you do have, you know, when you have another one, you'll be able to have a vaginal birth, which, now that I actually want another, I'm really, really stoked about that. I really want a vaginal birth next time. Anyway, so yes, he was taken off to NICU, and then I was put in recovery, and they told me they would not let me see him until, and they wouldn't let me see him until I could lift my legs off the bed, once the epidural had worn off, and that took hours. So it was a good 2 hours before I even got to see him, but I don't even remember it. I don't remember seeing him for the first time. I guess it was because I had so many drugs in me, like epidural, painkillers, you know, all that crap. So I don't even remember. I don't even remember whether I was wheeled in on the bed or in a wheelchair, or if I walked in, or, you know, I don't remember I remember I don't remember what he looked like, but you know, we've got photos, so obviously I can see what he looked like, but I don't physically remember what he looked like the first time that I saw him, and I don't know what I thought when I saw him. I don't remember any of it. I was put in a private room. I guess they thought, you know, that me being in a room with other women and their babies would be way too much for me, which it would have, because I mean, those nights when you can hear the babies crying, and just thinking like, why isn't my baby in here with me? God, I knew I would cry doing this. It just brings up so much. So many memories. Because I only gained like 4 kilos during pregnancy, I wasn't very big. And you know, when he came out, almost like half of it was gone. And the postnatal, yeah, the postnatal ward that all the ladies that have had their babies are in, they lock their doors after, I think it's maybe 6 o'clock at night. And this one night we went up to the NICU to see Kaidens, and it was past 6 and they'd locked the doors, and when you want to go in, you have to press the little buzzer and wait for them to buzz you in. And we were waiting at this door, and we'd pressed the button, and this other woman came up, and she clearly just had a baby because she still had a big belly. And she's looked at us and she's gone, "Oh, you do know you can't come in here, visiting hours are over." And oh my God, I could have ripped her throat out. Like, you know, I had a baby. I'd had my baby, and I couldn't have him with me. Yeah, it's just, oh, insensitive bitch. I swear to God, I was like so close to just punching her in the face. Anyway, yeah, after when Kaiden was a couple of days old, we were taken into a little room with I can't remember whether it was 1 or 2 doctors, but there was this little room, and he basically said that Kaiden would have cerebral palsy, he'd have mental retardation, developmental delay, blindness, deafness. They basically said he would be a vegetable, and you know, pretty much he wouldn't run, walk, talk. Yeah, they didn't have a very good, good outlook on his future. But anyway, I'll go through the next part really quick, just because I already know this is going to be 2 parts, and I don't know, I don't want it to run into 3 parts. So if you want to know more detail, just ask. I've got no problem, you know, talking about it and sharing our experiences, or going into more detail and whatever aspect that you want to know about. So he was in NICU for 2 weeks, and in SCBU for 6 weeks. In NICU he came off all breathing equipment. When he was born, he was breathing on his own, but they put him on a ventilator just to help him out. And then they put him on CPAP, which basically The ventilator is a tube going